So we have 22 ponds. This first one we've been using as just sort of a water source because what we have is only geothermal water. It's hot, and so you can't use it directly for fish, so we have to cool it somewhere. We stock about 600 suckers into each one of these, and they stay there for 18 months before they're ready to be released. Well, they are way bigger than a goldfish, and actually goldfish can live for a long time, but suckers, so they're quite large, and they can live 30 to 50 years, depending on the species and the individuals. Water quality is a big one. In the springtime, as it gets warm, there's large algae blooms, as many folks around here are aware. And then as those kind of die off later in the summer, they decompose, and that sucks up the oxygen that's available in the lake, and so it makes it unsuitable. Certainly at some times and places, it's kind of patchy out there, and so it's not clear whether that can be the only thing that's driving their demise. But it's likely that interacts with predation. It might make them behave differently by moving to the surface and be more susceptible, or if they're stressed out, they might be also more susceptible to disease and parasite infection. It's a detour. It's something that we have to do in the meantime to make sure that these species stick around. But ultimately the goal is to bring back self-sustaining populations and not have to have such strong involvement from people to keep them going. So this facility was initiated with funds from the Bureau of Reclamation to offset their impacts on suckers during the operation of their Klamath irrigation project. And so we get $300,000 a year from the Bureau to raise suckers. And the Fish and Wildlife Service has also invested in basically doubling the capacity at this facility and in increasing the production. So the production with the Bureau money was 8,000 to 10,000 fish over 10 years. So, maybe 1,000-ish fish a year. And so the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has funded increases in capacity up to about 5,000 per year, but only through December of 2019. So we don't have secure long-term funding at the moment. The populations in Upper Klamath Lake of both short-nose and lost river sucker will continue to decline pretty rapidly. To arrest that decline and sustain the populations in the lake, we need even more production than we have currently.